Hey, in this video I'll be comparing the Legere synthetic reeds, these American cut, and comparing that to some cane reeds at different prices. I'll be playing just a couple snippets of some songs and playing that all on the different reeds. And I'll be playing that all on the same mouthpiece just to give you the same control variable there. This will be the standard 4C Yamaha mouthpiece. And yep, let's get into it. So the reeds that I'm playing today are the Rico by Daddario, and that is around $25 for a 3-pack. And the strength that I'm playing on the Rico is a 2.5. Same with the Lavoz, also a 2.5 strength, but priced at $37 for a 5-pack. And then finally for the Legere, around $60 to $70 for just one reed. And the strength that I chose for the synthetic American cut was a 2.25. Alright, now to compare the reeds, I'm just going to go through in order of what I played them. So first up we had the Rico 2.5 Strength by Dario. I felt that I could play that pretty easily and achieve a pretty good sound overall, with a bit of richness and rich tone and a bit of raspiness at times. And then when going for the higher sharp key or higher sharp note in one of those riffs, I could get to that pretty easily without too much strain, and there wasn't any difficulty with that, which is good for a reed that is at that price and is still pretty basic compared to other cane reeds. And then with the Lavoz, initially I found it was hard to get a consistent and nice sound out due to the variation in the difference between brands and cuts of cane reeds. Even though it does say it's a 2.5 on the reed, for some reason I found that it was a bit harder in strength and a bit thicker to get a nice sound. So I had to apply more air and through the mouthpiece to get a sound that was good enough for me. But then just have to wear it in, and then afterwards you'll still get a nice tone that a cane reed would deliver. But it's still quite difficult, and I have to put in more effort and strain more to get to notes at lower register, but still the higher register and the higher sharp still speaks nicely, that I found. But then comparing that to the Legere, very easy to play, keeping in mind that I did go a 2.25 strength, that might have something to do with it, and it was just my personal opinion and view that I could go a quarter strength down, because for the American cut synthetic I thought that going a quarter strength down just to be on the safe side, because if it is too hard you can't file it down like other cane reeds, which is one of its flaws. And additionally, due to the price, I didn't want to go and get another one and say, oh well, I tried this one, are you able to, like, there's that concern as well with like how music shops would refund like a strength that wasn't right for you. So I just wanted to go on the safe side, quarter strength down, and see how that went. And I found it went pretty well. Easy to play, very clear sound, but you won't get the same richness as you would from a cane reed, just because different material and it will feel different in your mouth, so you might not get the same raspiness and response that you would, and richness, from a cane reed. But then one of its pros, or several of its pros, is that there's no need to get the reed wet before playing like any other cane reed, because you don't have to worry about humidity and drying out the reed because of the different material being synthetic, obviously, and which is very helpful and useful in certain situations. So that helps a lot in like gigs and whatever you're doing, where you need to set up quickly. So I found that would be useful in the future. But overall, when comparing all of those, I found that I still really like the Rico, and for a cane reed at that price, it certainly does its job. But then with the Legere, it has its benefits of being able to set up easily, don't need to wet the reed, it will last forever and it won't deteriorate like cane reeds would at that rate. And it's a clear tone, but one of its flaws for the Legere, the high register and getting to the higher sharp in that one riff, I couldn't get to that as easily as the cane reeds, but you would get a lot thicker, richer sound in the mid to low tones in the low register, which I liked, but the high register was a bit iffy and a bit difficult to reach at times, which is another thing to keep in mind. But overall, Legere synthetic American cut reeds definitely do the job, and definitely considering using that in different scenarios when playing in the future. But overall, I hope you enjoyed the comparison. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts, and feel free to leave yours in the comments. But thank you for watching and have a good one.